when you want to manage your crops, for example, applying fertilizer or maybe even watering or just like, scouting your plants for pests, what you want to be able to do is give each and every plant that's planted in this bed the same amount of attention. All right, so sometimes if the beds are entirely too wide to where you can't reach, that means your management for the plants around the edges or around the perimeter is a lot better than what it would be for the plants in the middle. So you want to give equal attention to every plant that is planted within this raised bed. So again, this is why when it comes to planting in a bed like this, you don't want to exceed anything more than 4 feet in width, all right? It could be as long as you want it, feet, meters, 100 meters, 20 meters, whatever. But it should not exceed anything more than 4 feet.
Yeah. People in the streets, bodies lying in the streets. Blacker. No rewinding in the streets, tell it's real. See when you're done, you're done. Then you die by the gun. In the street, by and by, on the sun, tell it's real. Soldier or a troop. It's too late for
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, the plus weather official. Coming up in the news, the FDA issues a recall on organic frozen strawberries. Plus, weather officials commemorating World Mat Day. And the Grand Bahama Independence Committee hosting a speech competition. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tonight we begin with breaking news in the food industry. The U.S. Food and Drug Association, FDA, has issued a recall on certain brands of organic frozen strawberries due to an ongoing outbreak of the hepatitis A virus. The recall affects consumers, restaurants, and retailers who are advised not to sell, serve, or eat these recalled products as they pose serious health risks. ZNS News speaking with Consumer Affairs on the recall today.
Any recall items, they are pulled right away from the shelves.
Popular product brands like Simply Nature, Vital Choice, Kirkland Signature, PCC Community Markets, Trader Joe's Organic Tropical Fruit Blend, and Organic Strawberries have been recalled by the FDA due to a hepatitis A outbreak. Based on epidemiological data collected by CDC, 5 out of 5 people providing information about what they ate before becoming ill reported eating frozen organic strawberries. Price Inspector with Consumer Affairs Diana Williams says inspectors were sent to all of the stores.
We already contacted most of the major stores in Grand Bahama, and they are aware of the recall on items. They also inspect on their end. They have no items in stock, and normally in cases like this, the supplier would contact these stores right away, and they will remove the items from the shelves right away.
FDA officials say illness usually occurs within 15 to 50 days after eating or drinking contaminated food or water. Symptoms of hepatitis A virus infection include fatigue, nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, jaundice, dark urine, and pale stool. In some instances, particularly in children under the age of 6, hepatitis A infection may be asymptomatic. Although the recalled brands are not currently on market shelves in Grand Bahama, they are carried by local food stores. Consumer Affairs officials say whenever there is a recall, swift action is taken to ensure that it doesn't end up in the hands of consumers.
In the past, there was a recall on a certain item, and it was sold here in our stores in Grand Bahama. We investigate the matter and we pulled them right away from the shelf. And we also, from time to time, went to the stores to make sure that those items were not sold on the store until we were given the okay for them to be back on the shelves.
The FDA is working closely with the affected distributors to remove all contaminated products from the market and to investigate the source of the contamination. Meanwhile, local consumers are urged to pay close attention.
We will continue to do a follow-up and to also update the public on this matter.
Well, officials from the Grand Bahama Power Company announcing plans to embark on a new solar project in the near future. In an exclusive interview with ZNS News, the company's president revealing that the growing number of solar sites on the island has created a need for battery storage. This new project aims to address this issue and further promote the use of renewable energy sources.
We should be announcing another project within the next month or so. We're building our own project.
Following the successful groundbreaking ceremony of the Grand Lucayan Solar Project, President of the Grand Bahama Power Company, Dave McGregor, says the GBPC will also take on a solar project.
We're going to need to install battery storage because even in beautiful sunny Grand Bahama, the sun don't shine at night, right? So we need to store that energy that we overgenerate during the day for use at night. Our peak usage is at night. Our peak usage is when people come home, switch on the TV, switch on the lights, prepare their meal, at 7 o'clock at night. So all the solar has gone to bed at 7 o'clock at night. So we need batteries.
He says that will be the new focus of the power providers.
That's why the utility is quite happy for people like Lucayan Solar to come and build the solar project so we can spend our capital on batteries and strengthening the grid and the controls that are going to be required to control all this solar.
The advancements will lead to a stronger and more efficient power grid, ultimately resulting in better service for consumers.
The batteries won't be needed for a year or two, so we're doing some study work at the minute. Battery procurement, the supply chain is pretty intense at the minute, so we probably need to place orders this year for batteries to be installed in a couple of years.
Meanwhile, the GBPC president says efforts are underway to enhance energy provision in East Grand Bahama through the installation of solar panels. The initiative aims to increase the use of renewable energy sources and reduce dependency on traditional power sources.
Of course, East Grand Bahama is not under the purview of the Port Authority, so it's a little more complicated, but we are working with IDB on possibly installing solar and battery microgrids in each of the 5 townships. Including Sweetings Key and Water Key and Freetown and High Rock and Pelican Point and McLeanstown. So, and again, what I'll do is add an added layer of resilience. So I'll say when the next hurricane comes in, those townships can be up and running quickly.
Well, today is World Meteorological Day, which was established in 1951 to commemorate the creation of the World Meteorological Organization. The theme for this year's celebration reflects on typical weather, climate, or water-related issues. Tonight, a local meteorologist is shedding light on the significance of this day while giving us an outlook on the future of meteorology in the Northern Bahamas.
Basically, it started for persons who were more outdoorsmen, fishermen, sportsmen, anybody who hunted and stuff like that. They needed to know basically what they had to do to prevent themselves getting harmed or death from weather systems.
It is said that the Bahamas experiences around 340 sunny days out of a 365-day calendar year. With that forecast, most Bahamians only turn to the weather department during hurricane season. However, local meteorologist Renard Tynes says they are needed all year round and highlights some of the services they provide.
We look at agriculture. We have agro-meteorologists where they test the soil to make sure the soil is right for certain plants. When we look at ocean, we have a hydrology section. Of course, aviation, we have an aviation section. Or when we look at tourism is basically public relations. We have a lot of persons who suffer from allergy and stuff like that. Certain trees promote certain type of pollen, but trigger off sinus issues and stuff like that. So the meteorology is attached to health. You see, so when we look at, as a matter of fact, when we right even down to defense.
In this digital age, weather forecasts can be accessed through any device with internet capability, and some people rely more on their devices than departments. Hey Siri, what's the weather today?
Expect partly cloudy skies today. Daytime temperatures will hover around 81 degrees, with overnight lows around 61.
The information that is on the internet is provided by the Met Service. Well, our biggest weapon inside meteorology is our computer staff. Once our computer department is solid, we could get our information, because most of our information comes off of radar, satellite imagery, information bouncing off of ships that are out in the ocean. We use all these parameters to gather intel so we could provide forecasts.
So what is the future of meteorology in the Bahamas? Tynes is optimistic and says that things are looking up, with many bright young minds expressing interest in becoming meteorologists.
We have the numbers of senior officers in place. It's just a matter of introducing what we can offer in the hopes that we can entice more kids to come in to study meteorology so we could protect our natural resources.
Well, Jack Haywood Junior High School holding a tree planting ceremony. It is a part of the school's Literacy Week activities. School officials are underscoring forestry awareness, the history of Bahamian trees and its medicinal use. Minister of Environmental and Natural Resources, the Honorable Vaughn Miller, was on hand. He urged the students to become more involved in the forestry, but more so the healthy side of it.
Our forests are important. A marine and terrestrial. Marine, the mangroves, they're in the sea. Terrestrial, the pine forest, the coppice or deciduous forest on our land. They are extremely important for new developments in the field of medicine. We call it bush medicine now. But one day, one of you may grow up. When you grow up, may pursue a career path in this field, and you may discover the medicinal value of what's in our forest.
Now, the minister noting that these plants are game changers and is hoping that students take heed to the benefits of these trees.
In the Bahamas, in Grand Bahama, the abundant forest type, most of it, again, is what I grew up in Eleuthera calling the bush. Most of it is the coppice, or the deciduous forest, which is home to a plethora, a variety of trees that have numerous medicinal properties. For example, our national tree, two of them here, the lignum vitae.
At the end of the ceremony, a tree was planted to solidify the school's commitment to forestry awareness and International Day of Forests. Well, in news from police, 26-year-old Ashton D'Angelo Major is in police custody tonight. Officers of the Criminal Investigations Department had issued a wanted bulletin for him several days ago. They need to question him in connection with fraud. Police extending their gratitude to members of the public for their assistance. Well, Waterkeepers Bahamas getting a bag award. That story and more in the Bahamas tonight. The Northern Edition returns.
March 18th to 25th, Dolly Madison Home Center is having a huge 15% off sale on Whirlpool and GE refrigerator. Whether you're redecorating, building, or need a replacement, Whirlpool and GE refrigerator offer advanced cooling technology and come with a 3-month warranty. From classic white to sleek stainless steel, Dolly's got the perfect fridge at 15% off March 18th to 25th. Pizza Hut Freeport has the perfect deal for you. Order a large one-topping pizza, 5 cheesy breadsticks, and a 2-liter drink for just $24.70 with that. Choose your favorite topping and enjoy our fan-favorite cheesy breadsticks with an ice-cold 2-liter drink. Available at Pizza Hut for delivery, carry-out, and curbside. Order today. Call us at 352-9191. Pizza Hut Freeport.
Grand Bahama Stepping Out is now online. Visit their website. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Find them in Nassau at the top of the hill, Mackey Street. Call 394-7100 or WhatsApp 727-9098. Stepping out.
Bahama Port Authority and the Grand Bahama Artist Community presents Art Lakaya, a 4-day showcase of Grand Bahamian talent, March 23rd through 26th at Rand Nature Center, Port Lakaya Marketplace, and Garden of the Groves. Reserve your tickets at events.gbpa.com/artlakaya.
List your home in Grand Bahama with H.G. Christie. Visit their new office in the Port Lucaya Marketplace. H.G. Christie, celebrating over 100 years of service.
Shockwave Entertainment and Blue present Flashy, featuring DJ Future, Friday, March 24th from 8:30 p.m. to 2 a.m. $10 at the door.
Be a part of another exciting hat show with fashion from past to present at the Church of God Prophecy, Coral Road, Sunday, March 26th at 6 p.m. This is a fundraising event.
Come and see the cabinets and countertops in stock now at Specialty Kitchen and Bath, number 16 Oak Street, phone 688-9661.
So Lucayan's Family Care is primarily a family medicine practice. So we see patients from newborn to geriatric patients, and we do a whole gamut of services that include primarily holistic and family care. So for children, we offer baby visits, immunizations, sick visits as well. We also offer women's care, so we do family planning. We also offer gynecological services. We offer all services that include preventative health and maintenance health for men as well. We primarily treat a lot of chronic communicable diseases such as hypertension and diabetes. So we offer IV hydration treatment. We have a chiropractor in-house at Lucayan's Family Care. Lucayan's Family Care is located in the Lucayan Shopping Center in Unit 1, and we're open during the hours of 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. during the weekdays, and on weekends from 9 to 3 p.m. You can contact us at 688-5322, 5323, or 5324, or you can access us via our website at lucayansfamilycare.com.
It's time to kick off a healthier lifestyle, and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas is leading the way. Join us as we march into March with a commitment to improving our mind, body, and soul. Don't miss out on our upcoming Fun Run Walk on March 25th. Whether you're a seasoned runner or just starting out, this event is perfect for all fitness levels. Get ready to feel the rush of fresh air, connect with fellow participants, and take a step towards your fitness goals. So what are you waiting for? Let's make positive changes together and show our community what we're made of. We'll see you at the starting line on March 25th.
Lucaya Service Company Limited, Lusco, wishes to advise the motoring public that the Casuarina Bridge will be reopening effective Wednesday, March 22nd. As construction work will continue during this period, only vehicles of 5 tons or less should utilize the bridge. All trucks in excess of 5 tons should utilize the Sir Jack Haywood Bridge to access all Eastern Island properties. Lusco apologizes for any inconvenience caused and thanks the motoring public for their patience as they continue to undertake the necessary construction repairs to the Casuarina Bridge. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A local nonprofit organization receiving special recognition for its work here on Grand Bahama. Our Jay Philippe spoke with officials of Waterkeepers Bahamas on the significance of this honor.
Bahamas Protected Areas Funds awarded Waterkeepers Bahamas with the Granite Excellent Award for its dedication to mangrove harvesting and community replanting. This recent recognition stemmed from Hurricane Dorian efforts dating back to 2019. On hand to receive the award was staff members of Waterkeepers, along with Executive Director Rashima Ingram.
Looking at the impact that BPAF has had in the community, especially after Hurricane Dorian, and then recognizing organizations like ourselves and also like our partners, the work that we've been doing, blood, sweat, and tears, and then also involving the community. We had over 15 civic organizations, schools, students, church groups participating in this mangrove restoration project. So we're happy that they recognize us for the work that we have put in on the ground.
Ingram says this past year, one of the areas of emphasis for Waterkeepers was involving the community with its many initiatives. This is something that she says Waterkeepers will continue to do moving forward.
Just realizing that the task is so big and that we need the support of everyone, really widen our eyes to knowing that the community wants to help. They just need to have the opportunity to help. So I would encourage other organizations to remember that the work that you're doing is important, but it's also important to keep the community involved.
Waterkeepers work primarily with grassroots organizations that hold a stake in their local water body. Mangrove restoration has been a priority for the nonprofit organization over the past few years, and Ingram says the group will continue in its efforts to fight on the front lines of the global water crisis.
We're hoping to do this for another 2 years, even 5 years. So if anyone else other than the community groups that have been involved in this project want to be involved, they can always reach out to us. They can follow us on Facebook, 242 Waterkeepers, or Mangrove Mania, or they can call us at the office, 373-7558.
Ingram and her team remain steadfast focused on the mission for Waterkeepers, which is to preserve and protect the Bahamian environment through proactive policy change, education, legal action, and advocacy. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jay Philippe.
All in celebration of the 50th anniversary of
can show their patriotism and also display their speaking skills, develop their public speaking skills. So we thought it would be good to have the youth participate in that way. We, based on the topics that we're speaking on, the road to 50, what are we celebrating? As many of them would have said, they are not 50 years, they have not been here 50 years, but the topic, it allowed them to do so much research to learn more about those past 50 years or the 50 years that we are celebrating. And it also, as I said, gives them a chance to display public speaking skills and develop their public speaking skills.
Co-chairperson of the Grand Bahama Independence Committee, Leslie Dorset Lewis, tells us that the topic, the road to 50, what are we celebrating, was strategic. Your evening sports report is up next with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. Well, a number of golfers from Grand Bahama traveled to New Providence for the Bahamas Golf Junior National Trials. Here's how they did. Coach Imarcus Hill was pleased with the overall performances of the Grand Bahama athletes.
We have, from that qualifying, I think it went really well. We have 2 prospects that should be named to the team. The team hasn't been named as yet, but we have 2 prospects in the 16 and 18 category boys and 15 and under, Shanae, who won the 15 and under girls. And we have quite a few winners in the other categories.
4 of those athletes came back with some hardware to show.
At the beginning, I got a little nervous of my competition, but then as soon as I was on the course, I got into my groove, basically, and was realizing I was going to do quite well. So I'm very proud of myself on how I played and like what I did.
I felt very prepared. I've been training for 7 months, so it was a really good experience to go there and represent Grand Bahama.
I was very proud of myself. I was kind of nervous at the beginning, but I was confident that I could do it. And I just went there and played, hit the ball close to the hole as possible, and just relax. I tied for second, but their scoring was different how we do it here. So, if it was a playoff, I probably could have got second. I played very good, in my opinion. I think I did good for my first time over there, and I'll definitely play again.
Switching gears now in sports, 14-year-old Skylar Curry has been on the roll for 8 Mile Rock High in track and field, basketball, and volleyball.
In the 1500, I came first place. In the 800 meters, I came second. And in the 2000, I came first. Our team did a great job. We won both tournaments that we had.
And finally, in sports, Team Immigration will take on Rand Memorial Hospital this Friday at the ZNS basketball tournament. Immigration says the Rand won't stand a chance on Friday night.
And this will be our first time competing in a basketball tournament in a while. We have a lot of young guys who are ready to come out and compete, so I feel good about us getting a win.
It's refreshing, to say the least, and we're looking forward to facing decent competition and hopefully overcoming the odds.
And that's a quick check on sports, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
Island Bedding and Furniture is celebrating 20 years in business. And Grand Bahama, we are doing it big. We are hosting a huge anniversary celebration, March 24th through the 25th. That's Friday and Saturday. Big markdowns, bundle deals, free merch, and more. It's a party. So come and see us at Island Bedding and Furniture and toast to 20 years of serving the Bahamas.
Coconut got this, cocoa skin driven madness, juiciness ice to buy this, sweet like the sugar in a dripping like ice honey, I did all of my love me, sweet like the sugar in a watch it go ba 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 ba, 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 sweet like the sugar in a
new Clear Platinum flavor, flavored beers with a kick of rum, make it platinum.
Art Lucaya, the Grand Bahama Art Festival, is super exciting for me on many different levels. I believe that the festival has the potential to really elevate the art scene here on Grand Bahama.
So the Art Festival is really exciting to me because it's been a long time in waiting for a big event to happen, something where creatives here on Grand Bahama show our talents and have fun all at the same time.
The theme itself speaks for itself. Emergence. We're butterflies emerging from our cocoons.
Creatives, being surrounded by creatives, I think it's contagious. We are going to have a great time with so many artists presenting in 3 different locations at the Rand Nature Center, Fort Lucaya, and the Garden of the Groves.
Art Lucaya is going to be amazing. I want to encourage the people of Grand Bahama to come out, support.
You have to come out to this art festival. We always talk about we need something to do. This is something to do.
I want to see everybody out to this event, not just those in Grand Bahama, but all around the world. I don't care where you're coming from, come. It's going to be our first event. It's going to be great. It's going to be live, food, dances, performances, everything for you to enjoy. And definitely, you're going to have art.
Hey, I'm D'Amico Nesbitt. Welcome to Health Bites, where every week we give you a helpful tip to help you on your health and fitness journey. Today, I'm going to give you 3 tips to help you reduce your daily calorie intake, to get that stomach down and burn some of that fat. Tip number 1, we're going to try to cut down our sugar intake. So we're going to substitute sugary drinks such as Vitamalt and Gatorade for drinks such as water and amino acids that have 0 calories, and we're going to cut those calories out of our diet. Another way is to use natural sweeteners, not artificial, natural sweeteners that have 0 calories, such as stevia and monk fruit. And we're going to use those in our baking goods, in our coffee, our tea, to cut down our sugar intake daily, and that's going to reduce our overall calorie intake as well. Tip number 2, we're going to use cooking alternatives besides frying, deep frying. We don't want to sink our food in fat to cook it. So we have things such as air fryers, which have 80% less fat than regular frying, but you still get that frying taste. And you can also bake your goods. So you can bake your meats and your other foods, so to avoid that extra grease and extra fat. That's gonna just add to our calorie intake. Tip number 3, we're gonna eat more protein. Now I know the average Bahamian plate, you pile up the rice, you put the macaroni, and you have your piece of meat in the corner. We're gonna switch that up. We're gonna add more meat and less of the rice and the macaroni and the carbs. So actually, we can cut them out and just do salad. But you can do it different ways. But we're gonna put more meats. When we eat the protein, we're gonna feel fuller for longer. So it's gonna cut down on our overall calories that we're gonna get with a bunch of carbs, but we're still gonna have that full feeling so we won't go around hungry. I know sometimes when we have salads and such, you know, you eat it, but you still feel hungry, what you can do too is add more protein to your salads, add more chicken breast, add more other meats, other lean meats to your salads, and you're gonna feel fuller. Thank you for watching. Remember, if you need any of the natural sweeteners or the air fryers, we have them available at the Fitness Connection here in the Raven Mall. Come check us out.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Tanya Smith, you are our Facebook friend of the day, and we also understand that it is your birthday, so I hope that you enjoyed. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues.
Bold steps were taken on the road to independence.
So Black Lives mattered in that generation that led to independence. The late Dr. Martin Luther King frequent Bimini on a regular. People didn't know he came to West End too. I have a picture with Sir Sidney Poitier and my Aunt Pearl on the beach in West End.
During that period, West End was the capital of Grand Bahama. But it was the capital in more than just a name. It was, in fact, the business center for the entire island of Grand Bahama.
From the cardboard days where you push your window out with the stick and you knew everybody around you. And they looked out for your children, they looked out for everyone in the community.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, Legislating Wellness. Bahamian activism in Florida. And in sports, Bahamas to kick it with Trinidad. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
ZNest News is brought to you by BTC. For the fastest speeds across the Bahamas and the lowest price by far, switch to BTC today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Makush Lapinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for joining us. It's a push to promote a healthier Bahamas, both mentally and physically, all in an effort to reduce the many times avoidable non-communicable diseases. Cleopatra Murphy has the details of a new program launched today.
The Bahamas ranks 167th on the World Population Review's Healthiest Country Index, far down from Spain that came in at #1. Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis revealed that detail during the launch of the Ministry of Health and Wellness's Wellness Unit and the Your Health Matters campaign at Bahamar Thursday morning. While he says Bahamians are the country's greatest treasure, the Prime Minister acknowledges the Bahamas cannot reach its full potential without investing in health, adding that the launch of the campaign signals a commitment to improving both health and lives. He went on to explain how through its initiatives, the Your Wellness Matters campaign hopes to improve public health.
These will include programs to facilitate and encourage more active lifestyles, educate on mental health strategies, and destigmatize seeking therapy, provide wellness activities in each community and on each island, and engage school children at all grade levels through specific programs tailored for their age groups.
The launch comes after Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honourable Dr. Michael Darville, shared findings of the 2019 SEP survey in the House of Assembly Wednesday. That revealed that of 2,365 Bahamians ages 18 to 69 years surveyed, 29.3% had hypertension, 12.8% were diabetic, 25.4% were overweight, and 43.4% were considered obese. Davis adds promoting wellness also involves eating healthier, sharing what is happening on the policy front to encourage it.
And we are taking some steps. Some of them are exploring different tax structures for fruits and vegetables versus sugary and processed foods, better marketing and support for BAIC and BAMSI to ensure greater access to healthy seasonal produce, and encouraging and supporting community farming, especially in communities where affordable nutrition-filled choices are currently in short supply.
Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honourable Dr. Michael Darville, says over the next few years, the Wellness Unit will become a cornerstone at the Ministry of Health. While the ministry is in the process of infrastructural upgrades to medical facilities countrywide, Darville says wellness, medical screening, and swift treatment are what saves lives.
We're all familiar with the old proverb, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. As your health minister, I say to all at the sound of my voice, by reducing your risk factors for NCDs, you will not only live longer, productive lives, but help the government in reducing the country's overall health costs and the decline in the numbers of patients being admitted to our hospitals suffering from complications of disease brought on by lifestyle choices.
Darville says the ministry will lead the charge to ensure the public benefits from programs to improve nutrition, physical activity, and mental well-being. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
While the Wellness Unit proceeds, new legislation and regulations to be brought to Parliament to reduce the importation of industrially produced trans fatty acids, often present in snacked, baked, and fried foods. Sadly, though, it's known to be one of the key factors of cardiovascular disease. Health and Wellness Minister, the Honourable Dr. Michael Darville, making the announcement in the House of Assembly Wednesday while revealing the findings of the most recent STEP survey, a document driving home the need to reduce the disease burden across the country.
I also intend to put policies in place to reduce the consumption of salt, sugar, alcohol, and tobacco throughout the length of the Bahamas. Finally, Madam Speaker, this survey revealed that more than 10% of persons with hypertension, diabetes, or both at one point in time in their life sought advice from a traditional healer, with as much as 20% taking herbal and alternative treatments. My ministry will revisit plans to establish an indigenous medicines desk to ensure for the use of bush medicines and other treatments, as they need to be regulated and introduced safely and in a proven manner into our community.
Oh, quite a bit of activity outside the Bahamas Consulate in Miami, Florida this morning as Coalition of Independence leader Lincoln Bain led a group decrying alleged human rights violation in the Bahamas. The protesters, for the most part, wearing the colors of the Bahamian flag, some of their mouths sealed with duct tape, and carrying placards charging enough is enough and protect our rights to peaceful protest. The protest prompting a statement from foreign affairs officials assuring that the consulate is open for business and all its staff safe and accounted for. It went on to point out that the group is protesting what they claim is the denial of their right to demonstrate during the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting here in the capital last month. The statement goes on to stress that every Bahamian citizen has the right to demonstrate in the Bahamas, adding that if that is their cause, they are operating on a false premise and misrepresenting Bahamian law. All a matter of who's for and who's against, as senators from opposing sides tackled the pros and cons of the Public Procurement Bill and the Public Finance Management Bill. The replacement legislation, now passed in both houses, paves the way for more transparency and accountability in how public funds are collected and used. Fern Carey has the story.
Leading off debate on the Public Procurement Bill 2022 and the Public Finance Management Bill 2023 in the upper chamber this morning was the Minister of Economic Affairs, Senator the Honourable Michael Halkitas, who says repealing and replacing the current legislation is a necessary move to account for the structural imbalance in the domestic economy. Once enacted and enforced, the procurement process is expected to be more efficient and fully digital on the Go Bonfire platform.
We have acquired and brought on stream the Go Bonfire platform, a best-in-class procurement platform that is being implemented in the public sector and at the Public Hospitals Authority. Since the launch of the program, I'm advised in November of 2022, we have recorded 1,490 vendor registrations, 299 posted opportunities, and they have identified $2.6 million in estimated savings from the use of the platform. And we expect these numbers to grow.
Some of the primary changes in the Public Procurement Act 2023 includes provisions to promote certain businesses countrywide.
What this specifically spells out is that within a contract, you will be able to say that a business owned by a family islander, a woman or a young person, or small and medium-sized business, they will be allowed a margin. So another bidder would have to beat them by a certain margin that would be spelled out in the document. So if you say, okay, by virtue of a business being in a family island, their expenses are higher, so they are not quite able to match the price of a business in New Providence, you can say, okay, well, once they are within 25%, 20%, or whatever figure of that business's price, you are still able to grant the contract to that business.
The proposed legislation also provides more flexibility and accountability in the procurement process.
All of the financial thresholds in the existing act have been revised to provide greater flexibility and transparency and to ensure that the procuring entities can operate and enter into agreements efficiently and swiftly. And so we've amended the thresholds as follows. If a procurement contract is more than $25,000 but does not exceed $400,000, so under $25,000 the board can do it. Between $25,000 to $400,000, the tender committee shall evaluate and they will provide their recommendation, and the minister can approve. The minister who's responsible for that entity can approve up to $400,000 upon recommendation of the tender committee.
Contracts awarded above $2.5 million also have to be forwarded to Cabinet for approval. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
Now, on the opposing end, F&M Senator Michael Barnett Ellis suggested the government would not comply with provisions in the Public Procurement Bill and the Public Finance Management Bill. That along with these concerns.
Of this Public Procurement Bill outlines areas in this bill where the government missed opportunities to strengthen the legislation. In fact, there were 15 missed opportunities to bring this legislation in line with best practices when it comes to transparency and accountability. In fact, 11 of those missed opportunities are as a result of the government removing obligations and terms from the existing Procurement Act.
A Bahamian female becomes the Caribbean's representative to a key overseas organization. Executive Director of the Bahamas Bureau of Standards and Quality, Dr. Renee Ferguson Buford, was recently welcomed to the International Organization for Standardization DevCo Chairs Advisory Group for the 2023-2024 term. Much confidence expressed in Buford's ability to get the job done, considering her expertise of quality infrastructure systems, the World Trade Organization technical barriers to trade agreement, as well as strategy and policy matters at the national, regional, and international levels. These all seen as adding great value in furthering the objectives of the ISO's Action Plan for Developing Countries 2021 through 2025. Buford says, as a newly afforded member of the DevCo CAG, she's committed to dedicating all her professional endeavors to the mission of developing and maintaining standards throughout the Caribbean and other developing countries. As the CAG's rep, Dr. Ferguson Buford joins 9 other standardization experts. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
you overpaying for low speeds with your internet provider? Stop wasting your money. Switch to BTC for the fastest internet to the most homes in the Bahamas. Get up to 300 megs fiber fast speeds, up to 3 times faster than what you get now. Plus, get 164 TV channels, all for just $42.50 a month for 12 months. That means you'll save $860 for the year. For the fastest speeds across the Bahamas and the lowest price by far, BTC is for you. Switch to the largest fiber network in the Bahamas.
Original or hot and spicy?
I'm cooked the hard way. No corners cut to live life the fried way. 11 herbs and spices, that's all I can say.
If you wanna take a bite, I'm just a little tanky, but a whole lot of feisty. Yeah, I'm the chick with the drink that call me hot and spicy.
There's no winning flavor. They're all finger-licking good.
Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center is the place to be. Here, you can find a selection to shop from groceries, appliances, furniture, home decor, and so much more. From brands like Target, Wayfair, Walmart, Best Buy, and Amazon, just to name a few. Call us today at 698-0123 or WhatsApp us at 557-2522 and like us on Facebook. Liquidation and Auction Center, where you say hello to goodbyes.
Bahamians are rediscovering Grand Bahama through immersive staycation experiences at Lighthouse Point Grand Lucaya. Pamper yourself at our Senses Spa or savor exotic cocktails by the sea. Unwind and enjoy serenity, 18 holes of golf, fine dining, romance, business conventions and meetings, grand outdoor events. For Bahamas resident rates at Lighthouse Point, call 242-373-1333 or WhatsApp message 827-8195.
Angie, how can I get my claims paid quick? Rent's due next week.
CG processes 99% of claims within 5 days. Remember when I was hang gliding with those goats? I caught a gust of winter flu right into a moving car. Every appendage was in the cast, and they paid fast and fairly. That's what I get for trusting a man with a mustache and an eye patch. Now I gotta go. I'm meeting the guy who bedazzled my toes.
99% of claims are processed within 5 days. CG Atlantic Medical and Life. Good like that.
Everybody's idea of home is different, so every mortgage should be unique, shaped around you, flexible to move and change as you do. RBC will come to you to get you started and stay by your side to help guide you every step of the way. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean/home story and start your story today.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at RBC Caribbean.
This segment of the news is brought to you by RBC. Discover mortgage ideas shaped around you. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean/home story to start your story today.
Someone's out of a good deal of drugs and the hundreds of thousands of dollars they were to gain from it. Preliminary information revealing that just after 2 Wednesday afternoon, a team of DEU and customs officers with the assistance of canines searched the Bahamas Customs Cargo Freight Building, Minzor Field, and found 140 pounds of suspected marijuana. The street value pegged at $286,600. No arrests were made. Cat Island poised for improved infrastructure as grounds broken for a new multi-million-dollar international airport on that island. The facility expected to position the island as a gateway to the world. On hand for the occasion, Area Member of Parliament, Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis, who says a new investment is on tap for Cat Island, and he promised to return to the island next Thursday to make the grand announcement. Citing ongoing infrastructural upgrades taking place on Cat Island and across the country. The nation's chief said each island must be treated as centers of culture, commerce, and economic opportunities. We'll have more on this story in tomorrow's newscast. In other news, local businesses and entrepreneurs receiving high honors for their efforts towards promoting energy efficiency. The Access Accelerator Small Business Development Center hosting its annual Energy Efficiency Awards at the Bahama Convention Center. Desmond Saunders was there.
With rising fuel costs, companies around the world, including the Bahamas, are becoming more energy efficient. Traditional energy sources now replaced with solar, hydro, and wind energy channels. For CEO of New Life Company Limited, Julian Smith, the Small Business Development Center's Energy Efficient Awards was a godsend and a step in the right direction.
So what we have actually done is all of our appliances, we buy, take for instance, the air condition, we buy higher SEER rating. So my air conditioning units are 18, 20 SEERs. Higher the SEERs, the more efficient. What we did also is we changed out all the lights. So all of our lights are LED.
Smith, along with CEO of the New Duff, Kendrick Delancey, recognized for their efforts towards promoting energy efficiency during Wednesday's event at Bahama.
Everything needs power, right? So that's one of the things that we've been trying our best to figure out how to solve those, keep those bills low. We have a solar-powered food truck. And in the store, of course, we use our timers on our refrigerators.
These 10 entrepreneurs edging out over 40 applicants for this Energy Efficiency Awards. One is receiving funding of up to $500,000 in business funding for Business Energy Solutions. Executive Director of the Access Accelerator Program, Samantha Roll.
Actually, it's just the pinnacle of an initiative, our renewable energy initiative we launched back in January. And it's really to highlight those businesses, the top 10 businesses who have deemed to be the most energy efficient based on the input, based on the criteria, and based on their application that they submitted to the SBDC.
The country's Minister of Economic Affairs, Senator the Honorable Michael Halkita, says energy solutions are important for national development.
I look forward to actionable steps that business owners will take towards making their businesses energy efficient, as this is what will truly transform the micro, small, and medium-sized enterprise landscape and promote increased efficiency, productivity, and sustainability for MSMEs in the Bahamas.
Businesses now being encouraged to maximize the benefits of energy efficiency. Desmond Saunders, The Bahamas Tonight.
Jungles and wildlife are what typically comes to mind when we hear the word adventure. But our Anthony Smith recently went on an adventure of another kind in the Far East.
Hello, ZNS family. It is currently 29 degrees in Beijing, China, and today we're in a whole other district and a more historic one at that. So come along for the ride.
And it is used to be called the Camel Bell Street because in the old days, the commercial troops worked here and they used the camels to move their products.
It's really just gorgeous here. I feel like I stepped into a period of history. You have the really calm music playing in the background, all the murals on the wall here. I don't know. This is quite a sight to behold. Okay, so this used to be a temple, and now the temple has been transformed into a courtyard. And the name of this place, it's an ode to history, so it's called The Old Road Still Exists. This is an animation of the old village. This is what it would have been like at that time. So really just each room here at this exhibition or former temple is an ode to the history and the past of the village that we are at. So I'm making my way up the stairs of the courtyard.
It's gorgeous, actually. And that's a wrap on the historic temple in Old Town. I'm going to go get me a cup of coffee. Bye.
Well, thanks, Anthony. Now time for the weekly poll question. And this week we're asking, should corporal punishment continue to be administered in schools in the Bahamas? Yes or no? Just remember, to participate, simply log on to our website, www.znesbahamas.com, as well as any of our social media platforms to answer. The poll's final results will be aired on Friday. And as always, thanks for participating. The National Report returns after this.
Welcome to Ed Talk. On this episode, we caught up with District Superintendent Michael Colmer, who gave us an update on the Eleuthera School District since the start of the new school year.
In the Eleuthera District, we would have began the year with some challenges, and we would have weathered those storms, understanding the importance of communication, understanding the importance of collaboration and teamwork, but most importantly, realizing that the most important thing remains the most important thing, our students and their opportunities for attainment and achievement.
D.S. Colmer discussed the transition back to full face-to-face classes.
Our students returning to the classroom has been a mixed bag of both blessings and challenges. The enthusiasm of our students to be together, to once again experience the full face-to-face instruction, where they have the benefits of their teachers in the classroom, the immediate response to their challenges and questions. That has been a dynamic thing that the students have loved. But also the isolation of our students, and many of those who would not have been in that social interaction in the classrooms, and many of them not having the opportunities to have access to the network or access to devices. We've had to work now to ensure that we get those kids caught up. And so we've had that mixed bag. Our teams on the ground, our teachers and administrators, they are all committed to ensuring that we boast of Eleuthera being a school, a district of first choice.
For Ed Talk, I'm Lisa Baraka.
Good to grow. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. God, if it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. If it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
The government of Turks and Caicos is looking to implement a form of local government and have reached out to the Bahamas for help in this regard. According to Family Island Administrator Linton Pinder, a team is working closely with the government of Turks and Caicos who wish to implement a form of local government similar to the Bahamas.
We've already had a delegation visit TCI. I was a part of that contingent that took place in January. Okay. And obviously the dialogue has continued to the point where we are now. They're now here again for a second time, studying our model, seeing the way the Family Island Administrator interacts with the council, how the local government practitioners make it all happen in partnership with central government.
This led government officials from the islands of Turks and Caicos on a tour of several Bahamian islands. On Monday, officials were on the ground in Eleuthera, meeting with several local government practitioners.
We have introduced them to the legislation, the rules and procedure manual, and all of that to see how best they can introduce, and we also are providing them with our challenges. So their local government would be the best form that we feel could be established.
Turks and Caicos Deputy Permanent Secretary Frederico Johnson said they hope to have their local government established in those islands by the end of this year.
So by the next financial year, we want to be able to launch it. Okay. Currently, we have some similar makeup where we have district commissioners on the smaller islands. They're similar to your island administrators. So the role is interchangeable. So we've already have some of the structure in place. It's just the local government council side that we want to put in place.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Giorgio Bain.
You can find it all at Builders Mall.
From cement, lumber, block, plumbing, and electrical to paint, lights, vanities, and tiles. Not to mention all the tools you could possibly need to get the job done. Say if you're starting a major project, adding the finishing touches, or just doing some repair or rental work around the house. FYP, the Paint Center, and Tile King can help. Stop by or call 601-8453. Located 69 Wolf Road, Nassau. You can find it all at Builders Mall. Building, painting, and tiling, the Bahamas.
No man can deny that we have come a long way. The road has been hard and difficult. Thank God we have overcome.
It only remains for me to wish the government and people of the Bahamas the very best of luck throughout the future.
The National Independence Secretariat would like to invite the public to the latest in their masterclass lecture series, Legacy, an evening with Dame Marguerite Pindling and her children. This will be a unique opportunity to learn about independence from those who were closest to the father of the nation, Sir Lyndon Pindling.
The Commonwealth of the Bahamas entered upon a new status in its long and beautiful history.
This memorable event will begin at 6:30 p.m. on Friday, March 24th at Bahama. Don't miss this very special evening.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
The Marriage, Children, Family Alliance movement continuing efforts to strengthen families in the country. The nonprofit organization will host a number of activities leading up to the country's Golden Jubilee celebrations aimed at promoting happy families. Founder and CEO Cheryl Joaquin Alexandra says the week of activities started off with International Day of Happiness celebrations this past Monday.
We set last year as 3 milestones. The first will be the independence 50th anniversary, which is a happy celebration, and then also in 2024 we'll be celebrating the 30th year anniversary of International Year of Families, United Nations, and of course 2030 is the date set for the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations.
Family Legacy Affair will also tie in with the country's Golden Jubilee celebrations on July 10th.
And this event will highlight 50 families who have paved the way to our 50th anniversary. Those persons and families who have made impact, who have lent members of their family to our nation over the years that has helped us to be where we are today. And we have a number of them in the religious community, we have it in the political arenas, we have them in the business communities. And so we already have a number of them, but we are also inviting nominees for those 50 families who are paving the way, who have paved the way to 50, and also 50 families who are set to take the baton for the next 50 years. Our website is going to be coming up, which we'll give details of, but in the meantime, persons can contact us. Our number is 393-2671 and also 803-6300.
The Progressive Liberal Party's Women Branch highlighting the role of women in all facets of society during National Women's Month. During a meeting at the PLP's Farrington Road headquarters this past Sunday, wife of the Prime Minister, Anne-Marie Davis, delivered soul-stirring words of inspiration with the theme, Strength of a Woman.
We should seek to see the beauty the potential in each other. We should do that. Overall, strength, dedication, and nurturing of a woman is a powerful force that can be found in many different forms. Women have shown that we are capable of achieving great things. And our strength that I've talked about here today is a testament to our resilience, determination, unwavering commitment to our goals. Whether we're in the workplace, in home, in our communities, as women, we continue to be a force to be reckoned with.
The Progressive Liberal Party holding its own memorial service today, honoring the life and legacy of the late Eldred Ed Bethel, former diplomat and legend in Bahamian and regional broadcasting. Lloyd Allen reports.
Now, regarding that memorial service Thursday, remembering the life of the late stalwart counselor and career journalist Ed Bethel, friends and family showing up to the PLP headquarters to show their support. Among them from the ZNS team was Chairman Picewell Forbes and Acting General Manager Andrew Burris, who described Bethel as a consummate professional and an icon in broadcasting.
Well, great warrior, you fought your fight. Done a job well done. A great voice will continue to ring in the ears of the Bahamian people and in the wider Bahamian airspace. We salute you today in spirit, dear soldier, and we commit you to the airwaves of the Bahamas forever. May his soul rest in peace.
We all wanted to be Ed Bethel. We all wanted to be like Ed Bethel. But I'm sure if Ed was here today, Ed would tell us to try and be better than Ed Bethel.
Former colleagues Leslie Miller along with Obadiah Wilsham describing Bethel as a family man and a historian.
The wise man does not expect to find life worth living, you know. He makes it that way. Ed Bethel did his best. And we should always remember him as the gentleman that he was.
I love him so much. And I will truly miss him. But I have an obligation. I've asked Prime Minister Faye Davis' permission to be responsible for the documentary about Ed Bethel.
Former Prime Minister of the Right Honorable Perry Christie and PLP Chairman Fred Mitchell also saluting Bethel for his commitment to country and excellence.
He was a voice that gave inspiration and strength and encouragement to so many throughout our country.
82. A great and wonderful life. A great Bahamian, a great patriot. He helped to shape what our nation is.
A mentor, a friend, a hero, a fitting farewell to a man who gave so much to so many. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Searching for insurance for your beloved senior citizen? Star General offers the Silver Medical Plan for which you can apply up to age 85. The network includes the finest hospitals and healthcare centers worldwide. Insurance is provided through an AM Best A-rated insurer with reinsurance support through Lloyd's of London. Other features include no medical tests required, 4 deductibles, and $2 million lifetime benefits. Visit or call Star General Health and Life Insurance today.
With the help of our authorized financial institutions, or AFIs, using sand dollars is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Step 1. Identify your preferred AFI by browsing their websites or contacting them directly. Step 2. Download the free mobile application from Google Play or the Apple Store and then register for a sand dollar account. Step 3. Load money onto your mobile app and begin sending and receiving sand dollars or purchasing and selling goods and services.
We are pleased to be
your central bank approved
digital wallet providers. It does not matter
which of us you choose.
You can pay for goods and services
wherever sand dollar is accepted.
We are all in this together.
Visit sanddollar.bs for more information. What if I told you that the future is here? That is not some magical door we walk through, but a place we create. It's home. The place where you can download a 2-hour movie in seconds and stay connected to loved ones even when traveling far from home. The fastest, most secure, and reliable way to stream the internet, so you can do what you want, whenever you want. Where internet moves at lightning speeds, smoother and more reliable than anything you've ever seen. This future-proof technology can take you to worlds that you can only imagine. That's the power of Alive Fiber. The future is here. The future is home. The future is Alive Fiber.
Solomon's, we're all about family. We believe in quality brands and giving you what you need and more for every occasion. Our store is filled with items for the entire family, celebrating everyday living for you and those you love. Shopping is now more rewarding than ever with My Solomon's Smart Rewards. Shop Solomon's because family matters.
Link up with BTC and call it one and done. Link up with BTC and call it one and done.
I'm Corvell Piper. The call has gone out. Our blood banks are in urgent need of blood. BTC answering that call and recently partnering with the Public Hospitals Authority for a blood drive at the mall at Marathon. But of course, since we are BTC, we could not miss the opportunity to make the event a fun and rewarding one.
So we're here at the mall, and as you can see behind me, the Public Hospital Authority is putting on a blood drive. And this is nostalgic because if you know anything about BTC and blood drives, historically, we would put on a blood drive in the mall every year, a major one. Obviously, the pandemic put a little bit of a halt on that. But here we are, finally, back in the mall, back at sponsoring blood drives, and it's a timely period for us to do that as well. So we donated phone cards so that will incentivize the folks within the mall and in the community to come out and donate their blood, because a lot of people really, really need it, whether it's platelets or actual red blood cells. They're able to receive that.
So today we started our blood drive. We've heard the cries of the community, and we also know that we've experienced problems in terms of persons coming to donate blood. So this is one of our first drives where we are bringing our services to the community. And we started right here in the mall, no better place to be. And so right behind me is a blood drive. We've had a lot of turnout of individuals. We're particularly pleased with the males because, you know, the males, when they donate, we have the ability to get 3 sets of blood types out of that one donation. So even though they're donating, we're able to get platelets, we're able to get fresh frozen plasma as well as packed red blood cells.
We all have it in us to save a life. And so if you can, be sure to donate blood as well. Remember, the life you save can very well be your own. These are still the moments that move us. I'm Pavel Pfeiffer. Be well, and be back here next. BTC Connection.
Link up with BTC and call it one and done. Link up with BTC and call it one and done.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makisha. We have some patchy clouds outside of our studios, temperature at 77 degrees. Relative humidity, 66%. The winds are out of the south at 13 miles per hour. The barometric pressure, 1,021.8 millibars. That is 30.17 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 78 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Greenville, Key, and Abaco. Marshall, Abaco at 76 degrees. Berry Island, 78. Allenstown, Bimini, 77. 76 in Harbor Island and Roxani, Lutra. Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space, Andros, and Fresh Creek and Central Andros at 78 degrees. 77s in Allenstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rum Key. Georgetown, Exuma, 78 degrees. 78s in Ragged Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Magona, 80 degrees. Ackland's 80. Matthew Tiny, Nago, 82. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 77 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. For all areas tonight, easterly winds at 15 to 20 knots. Those wave heights remaining 4 to 7 feet over the ocean, so caution flags stay in place. High tide, that will take place at 10:16 tonight. And then tomorrow in the northwest and central parts of our country, the winds, they're going to be southeast at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. High tide will take place at 10:35 in the morning, with a low tide occurring at 4:45 in the afternoon. In the central and southeastern islands on Friday, easterly winds once again at 15 to 20 knots, so the caution flags will continue for the central and southeastern islands on Friday. And as we take you into Saturday, for the northwestern parts of our country, those winds will relax, blowing out of the south at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean, so caution flags will be dropped. High tide 11:22 in the morning on Saturday, with low tide at 5:29 in the afternoon. Now in the central and southeastern islands, also a significant reduction in those winds, becoming southeast at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Everybody's out there on the dock, they're doing what we call Bahama Rock. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, yeah. Bahama Rock. Ronnie and the Ramblers, that's our name. This kind of rhythm, it's our game. We welcome you.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. The extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Give you a taste of what our man sounds like on bass.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you can be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
No man can deny that we have come a long way. The road has been hard and difficult. Thank God we have overcome.
It only remains for me to wish the government and people of the Bahamas the very best of luck throughout the future.
The National Independence Secretariat would like to invite the public to the latest in their masterclass lecture series, Legacy, an evening with Dame Marguerite Pindling and her children. This will be a unique opportunity to learn about independence from those who were closest to the father of the nation, Sir Lyndon Pindling.
The Commonwealth of the Bahamas entered upon a new status in its long and beautiful history.
This memorable event will begin at 6:30 p.m. on Friday, March 24th at Bahama. Don't miss this very special evening.
Shopping online isn't new to the market, but gaining access to affordable healthcare products at the click of a button is the greatest customer experience. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies Limited gives access to a complete customer journey, from shopping in our retail store on 9th Terrace, Senegal, to shopping online at your convenience from work or from the comfort of your home. Offering delivery and pickup options. Remember, if it's healthcare, it's here. Shop online today.
Bahamians are rediscovering Grand Bahama through immersive staycation experiences at Lighthouse Point Grand Lucaya. Pamper yourself at our Senses Spa or savor exotic cocktails by the sea. Unwind and enjoy serenity, 18 holes of golf, fine dining, romance, business conventions and meetings, grand outdoor events. For Bahamas resident rates at Lighthouse Point, call 242-373-1333 or WhatsApp message 827-8195.
On March 31st, Phil Stubbs at the Farm. Tickets on sale now. $50 general admission, $75 VIP, $150 for the Skybox party. For Skybox rates, call 525-4180. Get your tickets online at BahamasEtickets.com. The Beauty Shack, Proud Mary, or any Flying Dutchman location. Joining Phil on stage, Veronica Bishop, Ancient Man, Mr. Anderson, Phil Stubbs, live in concert. Friday, March 31st at the Farm, Marshall Road.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Thursday. I'm Charles Fisher. I'm coming to you from the place I should call my home for the next 4 to 5 days because the Thomas A. Robinson Track and Field Stadium is going to be a beehive of excitement starting off tomorrow with the Nations Cup soccer match between the Bahamas and Trinidad and Tobago. And then comes Saturday through Monday, once again right here at the stadium, it is the National High School Track and Field Championships and the Carifta Trials. Now this place, like I said, is going to be very busy. We're going to get the general manager of the National Sports Authority in here, Moses Johnson. Thank you so much. How are you guys going to do it this weekend?
It's going to be like clockwork. You know, we have a lot of moving parts. We have a multiplicity of works going on right now, but we're aesthetically getting ourselves ready for the Nations League game. The guys will come to practice tonight, and so we're looking forward to them coming, and they will be here for practices today, and we're ready for them to receive them. As you can see, we still have works ongoing, but it's going to be a quick turnaround. We'll be ready. We'll move these goalposts. We'll be ready for Carifta Trial Saturday morning, and everything should run seamlessly. Works will still be ongoing as we prepare for Carifta, which we'll be ready for. And we're just happy to have this buzz of activity, and we want the Bahamas to come on and support these events.
Now, persons coming to the stadium for the soccer match on Friday. Kids will still be practicing for this weekend. And then Saturday, traffic. How are we going to deal with traffic?
So for us, safety and the lack of chaos is important for us, so we're going to implement systems in place that will prohibit any backups, backlogs, and we'll try to do our best along with the local organizing committee who is also putting on their test event. We'll make sure that it is seamless as necessary for our customers, and we'll try to do things as best as possible to prohibit any backlogs and any chaos around and we'll have proper diversions, so you'll be able to facilitate getting around and moving around very seamlessly during your time here on the weekend.
But it seems like the workers are in full gear. They were out here from the sun came up this morning, 6 o'clock, and they're going to make sure that the stadium is spick and span, all the colors of the Bahamas, and you folks, you can come on out and have as much fun as possible.
Definitely. Come on out and support the kids, support our team Bahamas against Trinidad, which is one of the formidable forces in our region. So come on out. Join us here at the NSA. Come gold with us. Come cheer with us, and come cheer on the success of the NSA and the Bahamas alike.
And as you indicated, the Nations Cup League match will get underway tomorrow. We had a chance to catch up with some of the players and the coaches at a practice session on Wednesday. Getting in their final footwork, head coach Leslie St. Fleur liking what he is seeing on the field during the practice sessions.
The team is shaping up well. Like obviously, there's some new guys in the team that we integrate. There's some guys that just came in this week. So for the last 2 or 3 days, we're just trying to get everybody to locked in and I guess visualize and see what we're actually trying to do and make sure everybody is on the same page. Well, the strength of the team is start from fighting and individually. So obviously we have some guys overseas who are very strong in the middle, and we got to win the battle in the middle. That's where you win the game. So once we could compete in that area, I think we'll do well going forward.
It's a mixed team with lots of players with international experience. Match time is 4 p.m. Home crowd will be important. Come on out. We definitely need you.
We would want everybody to come out. Obviously, it's a little rivalry now between us and Trinidad. Last 2 times we draw and we lost one. So it won't be an easy game. Obviously, they see it as a challenge. And again, if our crowd come out and support us, I think that would give us the extra boost that we need to win this game.
The New Providence Basketball Association into semifinal action at the AFI League Gym. Games being played every night. Last night, Produce Exchange packaging a Game 1 Division 2 win, 78-62 over Discount Distributed Rockets, while the Commonwealth Bank Giants walked on Sand Dollar 106-90 in Division 1 play. They are back at it tonight on court at this hour. The Essential Food Store Giants, they lead the Rebels Division 2, and also Discount Distributor Rockets have 1-0 on Carroll Contractors in Division 1. That's it for sports. It's going to be a busy weekend.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
March Madness begins with crazy good specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Par Excellence Rice, 5 pounds, $3.99. Rainbow Corned Beef, 12 ounce, 2 for $5. Libby Spaghetti and Meatballs, 15 ounce, $1.39. Mazola Cooking Oil, 40 ounce, $5.39. Cheddar Cheese, $4.69 per pound. Donate your change to help feed the Humane Society animals at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, high pressure remains in control of our weather, and hence we're going to have some patchy clouds, but otherwise mostly clear during the nighttime. And tonight we are looking at breezy this evening, otherwise mainly clear later on tonight with a low temperature dropping down to 70 degrees. And tomorrow it's going to be breezy in the morning, otherwise pleasant with partial sunshine. 81 degrees should be a high temperature tomorrow. And the extended weather forecast looking like this. Warmer weather over the next couple of days. It's going to become a bit more humid as those winds continue to switch out of the southeast and eventually out of the south. And by early next week, we'll start to see some showers work their way back into our forecast. But just before I leave, there's a happy birthday. Third birthday goes out to Cassidy Henfield, and that's coming from Mommy and grandmother, and especially from Kennedy. Hope you had a wonderful day. Makisha?
Well, thanks, Basil. And finally tonight, a well-deserved recognition to a woman who's lived through World War I and II, Prohibition, COVID-19, and everything in between. Tonight, we feature the newest centenarian, Enid Lockhart. Lloyd Allen reports.
Turning 100 only happens one time, and for 100-year-old Enid Carnetta Lockhart, today has been turned into a memorable moment as her 4 daughters and family members, along with the Governor General, all showing up to say a special happy birthday.
I'm good as gold and fine as any silk in the factory.
Those sentiments from Lockhart summing up her 100 years on Earth. Her daughter, Margaret, one of 6 girls, all born to this ragged island native. Now, she says her mother had and continues to live a full life.
She was born and raised in Ragged Island, came to Nassau at an early age, and she worked at Mademoiselle as a dressmaker.
Becoming a stay-at-home mother after her birth, Miss Enid eventually worked for herself from home.
She started doing sewing for herself and family members, friends, and so on. My mother is a very humble person. She's loved by all of her nieces and nephews, and it's always been like a center of her family.
Both answering the age-old question of what's the secret to living a long life.
No stress. I don't think she's ever had a such stressful day in her whole life.
I still know people too. Yeah, I know plenty of people. And they know me because there's only one in it.
One of those persons, Governor General, His Excellency Sir Cornelius A. Smith, who presented the birthday girl with a bouquet and a gift from the King.
To Mrs. Enid Lockhart, my wife and I are so pleased to know that you are celebrating your 100th birthday on the 22nd of March, 2023. This brings our warmest congratulations and heartfelt good wishes on such a special occasion. Signed, Charles and Camilla.
Also present, Lockhart's twin sisters, 20 years her junior.
You're the twin sister.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, 80 years old.
Same country?
Yes.
Baby sisters. Baby sisters. They're the baby sisters.
We're the last 2.
How could I get some of that Lockhart cheese?
Now, aside from marking her special day at a church service in her backyard, Miss Enid indulged in food, music, and memories. Happy birthday to the country's newest centenarian. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
And by extension, all of us here at the BCB wishes Miss Enid a happy birthday as well. That does it for the Bahamas Tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.